And then when this is over, if you want to gaze behind the, the multifaceted mirror of my glamorous life, I'm going to have to just very carefully deconstruct the studio so the builders can get it tomorrow. And look at this, not even painted. The walls aren't even painted. No! It's a mess.
So we are going to take the idea of a heist. We're going to use some of the tropes that are common in that, in just storytelling in general, and some of the tropes that you find in sort of D&D or just tabletop heist games, because it's quite a common, I feel like, and one of the things that you said to me when you was, is like, I feel like this might be a bit overdone in tabletop.
So people hated me saying that, but I apologize. Go on.
What I mean, just quickly before we get into specifics, like this is something we've tried it in Dragon Friends a couple of times at the Heist. We did one in season 3.
We've tried to do heist so many times. We even did a heist once on Beef Babes. You weren't even here. We got the closest we ever got to doing a heist. We did almost half a season of the Beef Babes was putting together a team to make a break-in at the Stygian Trust, which was a devil bank.
Okay, yeah. But
devil bank. He just says it like it's fine. He just says it.
It was 6 months of my life.
So I think the way we're going to approach this is a little bit different to how we've done NPTs in the past. In the past, we've kind of broken it up into 2 halves where we do story and gameplay. This time we're going to sort of do them both at the same time. Sort of when we're talking about story elements and things, we'll actually be giving a little bit of time to how that actually works in a game. HopeFox17 says there was the confidence trick episode of GDA.
Alex Lee,
Alex Lee wrote that one, which actually brings me to another new thing I'm going to do. I'm going to have some story rules, I think. Just some parameters to rein us in. I'm going to have story rules and gameplay rules that I want us all to like kind of think about at the very top.
It's easy to be interesting if you've got rules, I think.
I think so too. So here are some story rules. I would like the thing that we are stealing, which we're going to get to in a second, not be money, not be gold, just not be a MacGuffin in general. Do we all understand what a MacGuffin is?
Okay, no, because the moment you said not gold, I was like, that's fine, it could be a MacGuffin. The Emerald of Despair.
I want this. So for those of you who don't know what a MacGuffin is, it's a thing popularised by Alfred Hitchcock. Where it's just like, oh, it's the thing. It's the briefcase in Pulp Fiction. It's the Maltese Falcon in
the thing they were looking for in the Avatar sequel.
It's of no consequence what it is. The only thing that matters is that people want it. Now,
what was the MacGuffin in Hinchconk?
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 Yeah, well, I think that's what he said.
You mean in which movie?
He's looking for birds. He's trying to collect birds.
Oh, that's so
Did you think I meant Hitch as in the Will Smith movie?
Will Smith movie, Teach Kevin James?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, that wasn't a Hitchcock.
Hinchconk.
No.
He has a allergic reaction in that flick. Did you see?
Yeah.
That's not the MacGuffin.
He gets all puffy, doesn't he?
He gets really puffy.
Yeah. No. So what I want to do...
He tells his to-be girlfend that her granddad was a murderer and killed a lot of people.
Yeah.
This is the show.
What we did, we had a thing where we were like, what is the loosest architecture and furniture that we can put on a stream? And this is what we've come up with.
So when I say I don't want it to be MacGuffin, it doesn't have to be completely plot-bearing, but I want there to be something interesting about it. I want it to do something interesting.
Okay.
That's good.
So those are my 2 story rules. Do we want gameplay rules we can get to in a little bit?
One of the chat, shout out to Jake the Pirate, just came out with the coolest gameplay rule, if you want to hear it.
Yeah.
Which was, and I think it's so perfect for a heist-themed game, which is the mechanic that if you are in a jam, and if you're in a problem, you can flash back to preparing for that.
Oh,
you can flash back to designing the contingency.
That's so good.
And I think that is so cool.
That's so good.
If I could just suggest Jake's...
I really like that. Let's talk down the track about how that'll actually work. But Jake the Pirate, that was very, very good.
I would assume that you have to express what it's going to be, and then you have to roll, and then...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you always have to roll at the end.
Well, yeah.
This is like a story and gameplay rule, but I like all good heist movies. Well, not all good heist movies, but like the ones that I kind of think the story can emulate. I think the plan is, from the very, very start, that nobody dies.
Yeah.
A perfect heist shouldn't have ancillary crimes.
Yes, exactly.
Well, there's the trope of you have outlived your helpfulness.
Yes,
and
that's
you
true.
kill
Yeah.
everybody.
That's true. Yeah. So I think that maybe that's not just that. Not that no one should die. It's that innocent bystanders shouldn't die because it's messy.
Yeah, and I think also,
Yeah.
sorry, I should be clear. I think there should be the threat for our players that they can die. There are things in this game that can kill them, but I think that it's almost like a rule that when you are planning this heist, you can't be like, and then I'll walk in and I'll kill this guy with a sword.
I'll cast fireball. You can't Michael.
Yeah.
You can't Michael Hing it. That's what I was dancing around.
What
to
about
do.
hostages?
I think you can do that.
Okay.
I think you can do that.
You can kill hostages.
No, you can't kill hostages.
No, you can.
That's not what I meant.
I took it like that. That's what I
I
thought.
come on the show for 10 minutes and already I want to kill
All right, it's an innocent crime. There are no victims, but if Ali's running it, you can kill the hostages.
Yeah.
You get a little hostage token from Ali, and yeah.
Yeah.
gonna ruin my career.
I also have a new sort of mechanic for this podcast because Demi, I feel like you and I sometimes get a little bit off.
When I don't do that. Off what?
So every now and again, I'm going to be able to just say no bad ideas.
Okay.
And what that means is I'm going to give you guys.
Demi has to stop talking.
Demi can't
Debbie has to leave the podcast if I say that. No, basically what that means is that we're just going to do a really quick pitch round where I will say, this is what I want to find out now. Bang, no bad ideas. And then each of you, 1, 2, 3, says this is what I reckon.
Yeah.
And then at the end of that, I have to take one of them, and then that is canon.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, cool.
I love that. Yeah.
So we're going to be kind of up against it.
You're,
Yeah,
you're
no, it's
being
good.
loose with the format, but I like all of this new addition.
No,
Yeah, I think it's
I've
good. I
gone
think it
mad
works.
with power.
Yeah.
And also, do you know, maybe I wouldn't have punished you so much if you hadn't pointed out my
It's yucky.
grubby,
It's all
yucky.
dirty.
I should bleach it. Anyway.
Don't you touch bleach. No, Ben.
All right, so it's a heist. One thing that we talk about a bit on this, Ali, is we want this to be something that a player can pick up with a new group of people or potentially slot their existing adventuring party into.
Yes.
That kind of goes for the heist too. Oh, sorry, the other story rule that I had, just really quickly, is it's in some way personal.
Of course.
Oh,
Okay.
I'd like that to
That's
be...
nice.
That makes sense because no money.
Yeah,
It's-
but I mean, they can still be stealing like a
lot of
magic
heists-
egg, but I want it to do something.
I think one of the interesting things about heist movie, and this is maybe to do with anti-heroes, but it's always like the team that are going for the heist deserve the money more than the person who has.
I think that's a
thing.
really good. That's a really good thing. So let's now where do we want to start? Do we want to start with what are they stealing? That seems like a pretty good place to start.
Did you mention, because I know we were interrupting you a lot, but also one of the reasons it's really exciting, Ali, of course, did Dragon Friends.
Yes.
Back, you played the character of the vampire lady from season 2. Season 2,
Uh-huh.
I think I
called
remember that I wanted to call her Karen and you wouldn't let
Karina Bloodgood.
This was
Karina.
before the Karen meme.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
I was
preempted
ahead
it.
of my time.
But also you have since then enjoyed a very successful career as a game designer. So
Shockingly.
Yeah, we really tried to sully your entire career, but
It's all over tonight.
yeah. But I think one of the things that will be really interesting will be to think about this, because I think sometimes we get a little bit stuck in the tropes of it, is a playable scenario, I think, which is something you said earlier.
absolutely. I think that like this is something that can be played in a session, and like we say, it can be played with a new group or potentially slot people in, which makes it being personal a little bit difficult.
This art is too good, by the way. How to pack.
Yeah. Could you draw me with big muscles, maybe? Maybe you could draw me with some big muscles.
I think it's really classing it up.
Where's the tits?
So let's just, before we get into a...
Well,
I don't want to do it anymore. Before we get into a no bad ideas, let's just throw around some just stuff that could be stolen that isn't wealth. I mean, it can be a very valuable object.
Yep.
But I would like for it to be something like I've said that does something to the story.
Okay. What about a bank where people give time? Like I'm thinking that movie In Time, but like a bank where people
good flick.
bank life and then you can have like somebody who's dying, and it's a heist to keep somebody alive.
Oh, I like that.
What about a wig?
Go on.
That's your one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No bad ideas.
It's going to be
what
difficult
if
to top
all of our
wig.
guys
Yep.
are stealing another guy?
Oh!
But he's little.
Little guy.
Little
He's the littlest guy there
Yeah,
is.
he's a little guy.
So you're saying a jailbreak? You're saying in the stupidest possible way a jailbreak.
I like the idea that the treasure is a little guy.
Yeah, little guys can go and
Fucking
dance.
worked on mine. All right.
That was your mistake.
Let's if the chat wants to throw any ideas out, we will consider them. I think Demi, thank you so much for wig.
You don't like it.
Look, and we're gonna.
What don't you like about it?
We
Well,
still have wigs. We need disguises in a heist.
that's true. That's very true.
While we steal the wig.
So we'll all shave our hair off because people would expect that.
Yes.
Yep.
And then we can go in and they'll be like, that's not the
Not the same
guy.
little guy.
Yeah.
And then you take the wig so you can get out.
How would
And they don't know.
how would stealing time work with gameplay? Is there a way to incorporate that?
I mean, well, gameplay-wise, I was thinking more like in sense of old age, I suppose. But maybe if it's like you're fated to, everyone in the universe is fated to die on a certain day, but you can bank days, then you could do a thing where it's like if somebody has extra days that they've stolen and then they get killed, they can spend those with the dungeon master and then not
that's
die
good.
at that moment. You could
I
do
like
something
that.
Everybody in this world has alopecia. And
Can you
there is no way.
And the most valuable commodity of all. This is like Waterworld with dirt.
It's just like Waterworld with dirt. And everybody also has a Dyson Airwrap that they can't use. And it would be really valuable for them to have hair.
Ali,
I'm retracting my age.
that.
do you actually like that?
I also like the wig thing.
You like that they're stealing hair?
Yeah.
Everybody wants hair.
Hey, we're doing one-shot Dungeons and Dragons games today. What do you got for us? Well, it's the hair crisis reported
So hang on.
Rich people have hair. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
Oh, okay.
So it's not, you're not rich in time, you're rich in hair. And you can tell that you're poor.
Can I let Demi be Demi tonight? That's my suggestion.
Please.
I think let's let Demi.
So the hairier you are, that's a status symbol.
Yes.
Hairier, not just hair on the head anymore.
Oh, it can
it's
be
all body
it can
hair.
be all hair. It depends on how you interpret it. I would say that a lot of people really appreciate the artistry that goes along with doing your hair, but it doesn't have something to do with your head.
Okay, as I am fond of saying on Free to Book at Home, I've been told inaccurately,
Okay.
hair pound for pound is worth more than gold.
Yeah, and it is very inaccurate. I don't know where you heard that.
Some guy.
Some guy, right?
Yeah, some
okay.
guy told
So
me
you're
that.
saying that when in Les Miserables, when she gets paid 19 francs for all of her hair, she was being ripped off.
She was being hugely ripped off.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the worst things that happened in that story.
Or that scene.
Yeah, okay, look, if you can explain to me this, Demi.
Yes.
If you can explain to me a convincing reason why this is a world without hair, but some hair exists to steal, then I'll allow it.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Because, and here's why.
Uh-huh.
Because
Yep.
Don't let him freak you out.
I'm not. I'm feeling confident. It's all about Big Veet. They've taken.
Go on.
They put alopecia in the water supplies. You see.
Yep.
They control the.
Why would Veet want no one to have hair? Their whole business is hair removal. We're going with a little guy.
Little guy.
Why would they?
Do you know what I'm going to do?
You know, I backed you up, you let me down.
I know. I fucked it so bad. These asking impossible questions.
Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to combine
All three of them.
Ali's idea, and I'm going to combine an idea from somebody who wasn't in this room,
Okay.
from the film with William H. Macy in it called The Cooler. Okay?
Okay.
And what I think I'm going to do here is I think this little guy is like very well kept. He's not like in a jail. He's got like
Picturing his hair now.
lustrous hair, but he is bad luck.
Ooh.
He's like William H. Macy in The Cooler. The Cooler is a film where this guy has bad luck, and so casinos hire him just to stand around.
So it's contagious.
Yeah.
Because Frank Baum had the characters that had the luck stone in the Patchwork Girl.
Yes.
People that can control luck.
So I think the closer you get to this guy, the worse your luck gets, and that's going to affect gameplay.
And the shorter your hair gets.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
The shorter your hair gets.
As well.
A bad haircut is really bad luck.
That's true.
So bad.
Okay. So I think
has drawn a long Furby. Did you see this? It's really upsetting. That's just a long Furby. Why would you do that?
I like that there's a small adventure to give a sense of scale.
Yeah. Yes. It's a little guy.
All right, so here we go. Little guy. In my mind, this is a casino, but it doesn't have to be. If it was a casino, we could do the luck thing, but we could also have this little guy do whatever.
Dogfight.
Sorry?
It's a
Dog
dogfight.
fight.
To dogfight.
Yeah.
It's a dog
You
fight.
two aren't allowed to sit with each other anymore.
No, but I mean, it's a dogfight requires luck.
Exactly.
Do you think that dogs is entirely skill based? In which case, you would have no problem with it. You seem to love dogfights.
Dogs don't know that they have skills, Ben, so how are they going to play to their own benefit?
It's a casino, Ali.
Hey,
It's a casino.
Yep.
ours is a dog fight.
Is it like a specific kind of casino?
Oh,
or-
full of dogs.
Yeah, it's where the dogs play poker.
It's where the dogs play poker with each other. It's like a fight.
I think what we sort of try and do is be like, if your adventure is in space, this can be a space casino.
Mm-hmm.
If your adventure is in olden times, it can be an old time casino.
Setting
Okay,
agnostic.
Let's make
Yeah.
it. Let's make a call for us. I want to do this kind of original Ocean's 11 Frank Sinatra.
D20 modern. You want to do it in the present
We
day?
haven't done a D20 modern
Yeah, we can do
Why
D20.
is Frank Sinatra part of that?
because he was in the original Ocean's 11.
Is he?
Danny Ocean. That's the reference.
It is
I didn't know that.
it
There's
is
no
a
reference.
mess. It is an absolute
Is
mess
this real?
of a
Are
movie.
you gaslighting me?
No, it's
No,
real.
it's real.
It's the whole Rat Pack.
Oh.
Yeah, and you know how Ocean's 11 is great because it's like all these really famous people and it looks like they're just having a really great time hanging out. Well, the original Ocean's is definitely that, but it's terrible.
Oh, cool.
Like they're all very drunk. They don't know their lines really.
Nice. I kind of like that though.
Matt Damon's there.
Yeah, he's a baby. Okay, cool. So let's see Casino Heist. Who's it being stolen from? Pitch me. Go. You're not allowed to say the word hair
Okay.
or follicle
Or dog fight.
or dog or
Alright.
anything.
Okay, little guy.
Now this will be different from the big bad.
Yeah. Okay. I think the bad luck man has been captured by a doomsday church, a new modern church.
Oh, I like that. And they have a casino. They run a casino.
They do. But it's because they have an extraterritoriality, like a.
I like that. Demi, I'm going to come to you last because you're doing that face. Ali, who they're stealing it off?
Someone with the worst luck of all,
Uh-huh.
a ghost.
No bad ideas.
Partial credit. Demi.
I'm not sure I know what we're doing.
Who are they stealing it off?
Me.
All right.
Just me.
It's Demi in a very nice suit.
It's me in a really good suit, and I'm 2 feet taller than I am now, and I'm got double D.
She looks
Oh,
amazing.
goodness.
She looks so amazing.
I look really good, and I'm strong as well.
All right.
Yeah.
No. It's going to be the church. I like that. Okay. So it's like a big mega church. Are they? You said they were doomsday.
Yeah, it's an apocalyptic church. It's a kind of they're like new. They're really popular, and they are evangelistic, but also culty.
Okay. Great. Love that. They have this. They have this casino, which is wherever. And part of their way of kind of, what do you call it?
Fighting dogs.
Rigging the odds in a dog fight
Yeah?
is this little guy.
Yeah.
How big
Okay.
is he?
He's so little.
About, yeah.
Ali,
So he's probably just his doctors say just under 5'1".
no, you're thinking like height of a beer bottle,
Yeah,
right?
like small.
Yeah.
He looks bigger on stage.
Can I talk-
sometimes.
He does, and people are
To get him out of
surprised.
there.
Yeah. Can I talk about that hypothetical that has made its way to me? That I believe came from your group chat.
This is from my personal private life.
Go on.
Yes.
Do you mind?
No, go.
This could come up in the story, so it's not necessarily a tangent. And I'd like to get the. Okay, so there's a little guy. This is not part. This is from Ali. This is the hypothetical. There's a little guy. He's about an inch tall.
He's the size of a coin.
That's so much,
It's much smaller than it was
that's
put
so
to me.
much smaller
He's
than
a
I thought.
coin-sized guy.
This is not for our story. This is
It
just.
might be for our story.
Okay, so he's a coin-sized guy.
Which
and how
coin?
much do you get?
Well, I can't remember. 100 million?
Yeah, if you pop him in your mouth and eat him.
Yeah.
To kill him.
Yeah, you got to kill.
And does he have hopes and dreams?
He's a little guy.
He's a fully formed guy.
Is he in love? Does he know in love? It doesn't matter if he's in love now. Has he ever been in love?
He does have a family.
What?
He's married. And
Hang on, you can't just.
his
Are
kids?
they the size of coins?
Yeah.
Does he have kids?
No.
Does he want kids?
He's adopted kids. He's adopted little
Normal
kids.
sized kids.
Normal sized kids.
$100 million.
To kill someone you can kill. You're just saying, do you want $100 million if you could kill someone and get away with it?
No, because there's other
You
dimensions
have
here.
to eat him, and also, would you chew?
But I wouldn't kill him, so it doesn't matter if I would eat him because I wouldn't kill him.
Yeah, see, I'm with you. But a lot of people.
I'm going to put him in a little piece of corn.
No,
and
you
then
can't. You got to pick him up and
Wrap him
you're
in
not allowed to
bacon.
prepare him in any way.
Yeah, I'm going to wrap him in cheese so I don't know that I'm eating him.
No,
I'm going to take him like a dog takes a pill.
Yes.
do we want our little guy to be the size of a coin?
I think coin.
Otherwise
I was
it's just a
imagining
waste of
like
time.
baby size. I was imagining it like Baby Yoda size.
But
Could you
talks
put
like
him
an
in a-
old man.
So you could put him in a baby Bjorn.
yeah.
Yeah, he's like a Chucky.
Papoose.
Yeah, tiny old. Can I just also suggest, if we're all getting to make up shit, that the person that runs the church, who is demi-sized,
Eh?
Yep.
is Demi Lardner, Australian comedian.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Wait.
That's fine.
Oh, that was just me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
I like it.
Sure. So Demi is not necessarily the big bad, but Demi is
Demi started the religion.
a
Yeah.
comedian.
It doesn't need to be Demi. It's a character inspired by Demi. So somebody who has.
Who's just been jokified.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they're
and-
going to be very loud and annoying.
They
Okay.
They started out in comedy. They won the Perrier Award. They went to Edinburgh.
Yeah.
And then they
Nominated for Best Show.
nominated for
they-
Best Show. Had a great time. Came back to Sydney.
Underbelly Award. In
Period of
LA.
uncertainty.
Started a cult.
Developed a fundamental religion.
Okay. All right. I'll allow it.
Massively charismatic preacher.
Massive tits.
That's canon. Okay. I want you to have a think about how that's going to affect gameplay, please.
Okay, all right.
Excellent.
I'm going to walk around on them. That's how it's going to affect them. They're going to get all sooty.
Hate long Furby. Just kidding. guys.
Okay, so let's talk. Which is something we haven't done on this show at this stage, but let's talk about because we've kind of got who's it been stolen from, where is it going to be stolen from, and what is it?
Sorry, someone got upset at me. You can be a person even if you've never been in love, Dave. Not if you're that small, because you'll just get eaten by Ben.
You will.
I'm team don't eat the little guy. What were you?
I would eat him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do a lot of good stuff with that much. How much money was it?
$100 million.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect amount too that
Yeah.
really makes you pause.
Oh, you reckon 80 million and the little guy lives?
I reckon 80 million. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But 100 million, I'm like,
100 million.
no. But then I'll also be like, never forget what I did for you.
Yeah. And what's
You
he
know
going
what I
to
mean?
do for you for not eating him?
Well,
Fuck all.
well, he'll. What is the?
He'll
What is
Jiminy Cricket you.
What does a person on the street do for not running them over?
I mean, often they say thank you.
Do they? If you get a little wave, thank you for not
Yeah.
murdering me.
If you don't eat the little guy, he Jiminy Crickets you.
Okay.
He
And
becomes your conscience.
Okay.
He gets a little umbrella and a suit.
okay.
Looks after your moral upbringing.
I do need that.
Mm-hmm.
But what kind of like weaponry does he have?
Berserker.
Ooh!
Tiny little bazooka.
I like.
Anyway,
What?
so hey, listen, guys.
Only at me.
We have a setting. We have a thing to steal. We have a place to steal it from. How does this adventure start from a gameplay point of view? Because I think that something that Jake the Pirate said, which really made me like rethink this, because one of my gameplay rules was you have a plan. That it's not just like you're at the casino, go for it. I wanted there to be a planning stage. But in this version, potentially, the planning stage could actually come after.
Well, that's nice because the planning stage is not very satisfying in the sense that you kind of get bored in downtime with D&D, particularly when you're doing like and this is weird because you and me played D&D in front of a stream, right? Which is different. So you're always worried about, is this boring? Which is less worrying when you're not playing it, when you're just playing it for yourself. But I do think that the beginning, like starting with an hour of planning is a trying way to start
Absolutely.
any game. But being able to flash back to plan it, so you know, I think that's kind of interesting.
It's super interesting. I'm just wondering if there's a way of because if all the planning has to be in flashbacks, it almost becomes like an improv game.
Well, can you do it where like the skeleton of the planning is done up front, and then all the complications and how you had contingency for them are flashbacks?
That's good. That's like a mini game. It becomes like a mini game within the thing. So it's like, and I think it's like what it is I think your players get a map of the Bellagio or whatever it is.
The little guy emporium.
The Demi Lardner's House of Money or whatever. And
you put me in a house.
Oh, well done.
Not even like a hole or a tent.
So in Demi Lardner's House of Money, you know, you have an NPC that's stolen the plans for the casino. And so there's a way that and on that map for your players, there will be obviously entries and exits, there'll be guard routes, what else?
God,
Cameras.
routes.
Yeah.
Well, you're talking about
Lasers.
modern, there's cameras. I think one of the things that's really fun in Heist is to personify the different security systems, right? So there is a security system that is electronic locks and cameras that is run by a state-of-the-art hacker guy, a black hat hacker who was hired by the organization or just enamored by Demi's giant tits.
Yeah.
And then you have a head of the military security, who's an ex-power military guy.
Sorry,
and has,
giant sooty tits.
Yeah, who is like got ex-Bolivian mercenaries working for him and is enchanted by Demi's giant sooty tits.
So let's say there's like a technical side of things, which is the doors, the cameras, everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then there's a paramilitary side of things, which is the guards.
Yeah, and they're two different lieutenants. This is the raid, I guess, basically, but they're two different lieutenants for the big bad.
Yeah, great.
And you can have a third, maybe.
So that's NPC, great. That's another NPC.
And you said you could have a third. Ben's climbing gym muscle just kicked in his brain. He was I could have a third.
I saw you from across the stream and within like survive.
Ben's got this thing that everybody that's at a bouldering gym is polyamorous.
They are.
And more power to him, I say. But
I have to explain that joke or it makes no sense.
Oh, they get it. They're all here.
and then there's locks and doors and cameras. There's muscle, and is there another thing that you need to get past? I mean, this feels like there needs to be a social element to this, right? Like,
Oh, that's fun. Yeah. How
Well,
about?
yeah, you need the subterfuge.
See, this is becoming like that awful Far Cry game, but it's fun. Where it's like maybe there's another lieutenant who is the prophet. So there's one of Demi's NPCs is the prophet of Demi, who like spreads the good word of Demi and is responsible for services and donations.
I like that because I think in a good game you can attack any of these three things or all of them. Mm-hmm. But I reckon there should be a way of getting to our little guy just going through the goons or just going through.
Socially
really
engineering the shit and getting socially engiering the shit.
Yeah, so I want so if the social engineering answer is and that guy is. Either the prophet or like the floor boss, like the pit boss or whatever. Who's the guy? Like
You really want this to be in a casino, and we didn't put it in a casino.
It's in a casino.
It's in the casino.
It's a lucky guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in, so this church, part of their money laundering thing is this big casino.
Because the laws, gambling laws, they got out of them.
Yeah, but also like it's just an exceptionally good way to launder money.
Yeah.
So it's
Churches.
Churches and casinos together at last.
Oh yeah.
But I think this is in like the Bellagio. This is in, but for our purposes, it's called
Yes.
Big Tit Demi's House of God. What was it?
Big Tit Demi's House of God.
That was what we said at the start before the stream started. I do think that was what we decided on.
This is Big Tit Demi's House of God.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Just a generic God. Demi's whole religious position is like, God, whatever you want.
God,
but look at these!
Big man on a cloud.
Yeah, aren't these dirty?
Do you think Heart
Lots
Attack
of
is?
soot.
A lot of soot.
Do you think
They
Heart
look like
Attack is now
urchins.
like really like having an internal crisis about whether to draw Big Tit
No.
Demi?
I think she's happy with the Furby. I
Do it. I give
am
consent
Big
if that's what you
Tit
need.
Debbie's house of God.
If she draws Big Tit Demi and not Big Muscle Ben,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real upset.
They could be one in the same. Make it half and half.
So yeah, what's the because we've got you can hack your way in if you, as you say like it's really hard to do it just with one of them, but I think it would be cool if you could.
Yeah.
Totally.
You can hack your way in, you can goon your way in, although that does make it difficult with the no killing stuff. But maybe you can make them all poo themselves or something. Or you can social engineer your way in.
Yeah.
So-
That's fun. So yeah,
Yeah.
So like
because they're always looking for donors
yeah.
or whales because it's a casino.
So you know I think it's Carl Reiner who plays the con man in the old guy in the
Is that Carl Reiner?
I think so.
Who has the thing handcuffed himself?
The guy who's eating an orange and Danny's like, why are you eating an orange? And he's like, for the vitamins. And Danny's like, why don't you just eat vitamins? And he's like, shut up.
Yes.
I think that's Carl Reiner.
Is it? I don't think I know who Carl Reiner is. I'm going to check.
Oh, the thread will fucking tell me.
Is it Carl Reiner? Don't go on about it.
Anyway, but you know, he's the guy who goes in and he's like, hello, I'm a Russian billionaire and I would like to, like, what outlet does that guy have?
He's old as fuck.
What do you mean by outlet? I don't understand.
Well, I mean, like, if I want to hack it, I have this NPC, the black hat hacker that I've got to, like, work out. If I want to use the
Oh,
military...
do you mean how do you do social engineering?
Yeah, who's our guy?
That's the best thing to do because the way you do that is that you're going to it's the face approach.
Yeah.
You bring a person
Oh,
who's
no, I
going to pretend to
understand
be the whale.
I understand that. I'm saying who is their port of call? Because we've got
Right.
we've got 2 NPCs for
prophet.
each port of call.
Do they go to Demi?
I think that I think it's really fun to have when you have a casino, a house of sin, and then you have like the party coming in as like multi-billionaire whales who are trying to sneak their way in.
Yeah.
You win a few rounds at the tables, and then you get invited to meet an incredibly spiritual person because it completely flips the script of the seedy casino, and then you meet the sort of religious head.
Okay. So
And they're obviously corrupt as shit, but
Absolutely.
their public face is virtuous. It's the Maharishi.
Sorry, Gordian, not whales like the creature. He's
Oh,
using
you're
whales
going to
as
explain. You're going to explain what a whale
Okay.
is.
Yeah. It's just a money
Big guy,
person, right?
blowhole. It's got a blowhole in his back.
blowhole in his back
Swims
and like
around.
a,
Very
like
good
a
at casinos.
broom in its gob, like 2 of them, and then and
Little
krill.
Bible man.
Bible
lives
yeah.
inside.
Yes, yeah, that's important.
so
A whale is in casino or funnily enough, gacha apps is a person who spends more money than most people, and most gambling is about you make more money by catering to whales,
Yes.
who are the people that spend a lot of money, than you do catering to average users.
Yes.
and the
and-
whale would eat the little guy.
He loves eating a little guy.
Damn.
Whales will eat a medium guy, but they love to eat a little
well, here's the
guy.
thing.
Love
Nobody,
eating a little guy.
So here's what I think happens at this casino, at Demi's casino. I think they, when a whale is winning too much, they just bring a little box to the table, or they put the little guy in somebody's handbag, and the person in the handbag sachets over to the table,
Yeah.
and that whale's luck starts to turn, and that's how.
So they're just cheating
Yeah.
in their own casino.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm gonna get hung up on how the little guy gets to the table though.
They put him in a handbag.
Does he have a say?
Well, this is the thing. I think the
Yeah,
little
what are
guy's.
his wishes?
I think the little guy is quite pampered. He's in a gilded cage.
Gilded handbag.
Yeah. Well, no, he doesn't live in the handbag. They put him in a handbag when they need to move him around the tables. And it doesn't happen very often. I reckon because of just like the house always wins anyway. But if there's like an emergency, Demi gets probably gets the prophet or maybe the colonel to like take the little guy out onto the floor and everybody's luck turns.
But if the little guy is so pampered,
Yes.
why are our guys good guys?
I'm
for stealing?
so glad you asked.
Yeah, it seems
'Cause
like
I-
everybody's having a good time. Remember that you said that you wanted that our heroes deserve the money, more than the
Maybe the
little
little
guy.
guy's one of their brothers. And maybe the little guy is like I say, he's in a gilded cage. He's like, he's pampered, but he can't leave. You know what I mean? And maybe
He's a
gotten word to the outside.
How old is the little guy?
42.
Oh,
Oh.
Jesus.
That changes everything.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Whoa.
How old do you think the little guy is?
I thought he was
One,
littler.
2,
Yeah.
3.
That's a child.
We didn't do it, Dave. We didn't do it.
fine.
I panicked.
I panicked too.
I thought that the little guy was like 19.
I was thinking of the little guy as like, do you remember in Spirited Away when there's that massive baby that's a real cunt? And they're like, but this is bad for you to be here, massive baby. That was what I was imagining the little guy was like, I'm bad luck, and it's good for me to be here.
You thought it was Naomi
Why don't we
Higgins.
just-
I thought it was Naomi.
What if the
why don't
little
we
guy
just-
is Naomi?
Sorry, I'm a sympathetic vomiter, and I actually can't do that tonight if that's okay. Like, as a woman.
Do you want to just make it your dear friend Naomi?
Okay, you're gaslighting me.
No, let's not do that.
Why?
What about just a bad luck baby then? No, Ali wanted it to be a little guy, and
No, it has to be a little guy.
What if this? What if it's a person who should have died a long time ago, but they keep a little vat and there's a little brain and there's lungs and there's the things and they're keeping them alive on a golden throne to sort of, even
You're
though...
saving the little guy to let him die?
Yeah, no, they won't let him die because 200 years ago for this religion he was very unlucky. Now you want to let him die, right? But they're keeping him alive on life support because he's purely functional for
I
them.
don't think a casino heist come euthanasia sort of heist is what people are clamoring for
No.
here.
What if he wants to dance?
What if, guys,
Okay.
what if he's like not, he's addled? You know what I mean? He's in this casino and he has unlimited access to booze and Carrot Top.
Yeah.
But like in his like
Carrot Top.
in his like sober moments, he realizes, oh my god, I'm a prisoner.
Yeah.
And his family, which somebody in the chat just suggested, his family have hired this team to heist him back.
Ooh.
And they deserve him more, do they?
Well, in a moment of sobriety, he managed to get a message out to them.
His
In a
family
moment
has-
of
his-
lucidity.
His family has such good luck that they need him to come back.
But that's the thing. Maybe that's it. Maybe there's like a touching story there where like they cast him out initially because he was such bad luck, but now they miss him and they want him back.
Yeah.
I mean, there is, to be honest, a very obvious... I really love genre cliche stories because they're quick to explain. There's a very famous story which we're skirting around the edges of, which is about the deprogramming, rescuing someone from a cult.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So what, he wanted to leave the cult, they wouldn't let him, now they put him in a handbag.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I like that. He
Yeah.
joined a cult, and now this family of his has scrapped all their money together to hire this ragtag group of little guys, bigger guys than him.
You mean,
Guys.
when you said the party, you mean little guys?
Well,
Okay.
I'm using Ali's terminology of a heist crew, which is just
Collection of guys.
a collection of guys.
Love guys, yeah.
To break him out. But of course, Demi knows what she has. This guy is gold. As somebody in the chat pointed out, the casino doesn't necessarily need him because the house always wins. But a big problem for whales is that they can come and just clean you out. And one of the big things about like running a casino is getting the whales to come back once they've won.
Yeah.
Oh no, Ben, I have a really annoying question to ask.
Go on.
The people who are handling the unlucky little guy.
Yeah, they have very bad luck.
They have very bad luck.
But Demi-
So does that mean that Demi, with the big
Big
dirty
Demi House
tears,
of Gun.
yes,
House of Gun.
House of Gun, needs the little guy to be just away
Well, that's the
always?
thing. I think Demi treats the little guy like a very precious radioactive isotope.
Yeah, okay.
Like he's hers. He's very valuable, but she doesn't want anything to do with him because
Okay.
like she's made it baby,
Yeah.
and she doesn't want to have any of that. But I also think that it's like it's luck within proximity. Like it doesn't infect you. If you get the little guy away from you, your whatever your universal luck thing restores.
Yeah,
How do you,
okay.
this is what I don't understand, and you might have an answer for this, but I'm a croupier, and I will be killed if my table does badly.
Will you?
Isn't it a bad cult?
Well, all right. I mean, we didn't say anything about croupiers getting killed.
So the croupier is just a 9-to-5 guy?
He's a guy. He's not going to get
guy.
killed. I mean, nobody can work under those conditions.
Okay, well,
Guy.
I'm the house,
Okay.
and I want to win at the table.
Yep.
And there's a whale over there, and he's on a bender of
Yep.
great luck.
Yep.
And I bring the little guy.
Yep.
Do I just sit him next to the whale? Because if you get too close
He's
to
in
the
a fucking
croupier,
handbag.
so you just walk up and you plunk it next to him.
Yeah, you get a sexy lady to put him in a handbag, to sashay over. She's got a sachet. And
How do you pronounce that word differently from the thing that tomato sauce
I
comes
don't
in?
think so.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's got a bunch of mee goreng. She doesn't pelt you with salt.
Yeah.
I've never noticed that. Two different. English sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Gordian Knot says, yes, Gordian, I was thinking the exact same thing. If your players got him, then they roll with disadvantage or something like that.
Yeah, that's the mechanic.
Yeah, I think that getting to him, it gets progressively more difficult because your luck decreases the closer you get.
Yeah, that's fun.
But yeah, so lady with a mee goreng sachets comes over,
Yeah.
plonks the bag right down next because the proximities thing.
Yeah.
Everybody's luck decreases within the thing, but that doesn't matter because it's a game that everybody's playing and you
because
just become the
there's one
unlucky.
croupier and there's 6 people.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
so even
but
if they get unlucky as well, the house always wins.
yes, except the lady, her luck. Fuck, I'm sorry, but
But
I'm
she's
gonna.
not
I have
gambling.
to. But she's still in the vicinity of the luck.
Yeah,
She's gonna drop
so you
the-
can use that. She's gonna have bad luck in all other ways. But the thing about luck, Deb,
Oh, they can lie. They can be like, "Hey, don't put your bag down near these people," and she'll do it by accident.
well, luck doesn't. I mean, maybe, yeah. I mean, I think that's a
Fucking
mechanic.
hell.
Like whoever has him, we've got to work out what those mechanics are, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what does luck mean in the game of Dungeons and Dragons?
Okay.
Perhaps we will after this break.
Thank you, because I did that whole half very much needing to win.
Yeah.